Let's see. No, don't start me out with that. Let's find some else on the playlist. No, that's too low key. We needed something a bit more. I'm okay. Hey, Quarren. Hey, what's up, Mung? How you doing? Sorry, I got the sniffles. Doing good? Grabbing friend. Hell yeah. Hi again. Hello, Pencil Sketches. How's it going? We're doing the pre-stream warm-up, running the ads, getting everything all prepped. Eating food. Good to hear. Vibing, we got music to vibe to, that's for sure. Let's go. Ad breaks over. How about listen to a little bit of stress? Nah, no, let's not do stress. What do we got here? Let's do MILF. We got some good games lined up tonight. Some pretty good games, I would say. It's not going to be quite as, I want to say charged as last stream. The Stellar Blade YouTube video will be going up tomorrow, though. It is scheduled. It is there. You were waiting for it. We got, you know what? We got 3 good clips out of it. I gotta say. The clips didn't go like turbo platinum viral, but pretty much nothing does these days. So, you know, you kind of gotta... We'll take some small W's where we can get them. Sheesh. All right. Had to turn it down. Hello, everybody. Hello, gamers. Welcome to another Thirsty Thursday. Not wearing my shirt because it is hot in my apartment. Now let's go over some housekeeping. This is the way that I typically like to start the stream. First of all, freshly balded, fresh cut. Look at that. Look at that. Cleaned up to the jaw. Hi, hello, Pencil Sketches. Hello, Mung. I hope you guys are doing well. I've been scratching a little bit at dry skin on my face. Not really good. Can't really recommend it. Shouldn't be doing that. It is what it is. Vibing still. Good to hear. I hope that you guys have had a wonderful week. I've had a pretty okay week. Over at my mom's house, my niece has been staying over there. My niece is staying with her grandma. So I've been stopping by over there and hanging out with my niece and a little dachshund puppy named Trini. Trini, the little weenie. Is very cute. But yeah, hanging out with them. I did have a job interview today. I was very excited about. And it was a good job interview. It's a job that I'm very qualified for, that I think that I could do very well at. But we won't know. We won't know until we know. And so just fingers crossed. Thank you for manifesting for me. I do appreciate it. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of me holding Trini the teeny weenie. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. There she is. She's a little baby, man. She is a snuggler. She when she's awake, she's a little spitfire. She will bite, she will jump, she will hop, she'll be all over the place. She'll follow you around, but as soon as she's tired, she just wants to lay on you somewhere. She just, she just has to be all up in your business. She's a very cute puppy. But yes, she is, she's been adopted. My sister's still trying to adopt out a couple of the other little pups. But yes, making sure that they're all going to good, happy, healthy, fun homes. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. Super awesome. It's been a good week overall, I would say. Except for I did get turned down for another job that I applied for. It's fine. It's whatever. I mean, that's why we gotta hope that this next one is the one, man. We gotta keep believing. We can't just give up. But yeah. In terms of games, happens to the best of us. Something better ahead. Trust. I'm gonna trust the process. I'm gonna believe. In terms of games. So that ball pit game, the Ball X Pit, I played it off stream. I know that we made our little YouTube video out of it. We played it on stream. It was great. I loved it. I've only had access to the demo, and I was like, you know what? I'll play a couple casual rounds, but I'll up the difficulty. I played the more difficult mode. It's fun. It's an addicting game. I gotta say, when the game fully comes out, people are gonna go crazy for it. I think that once I got over the initial hump of figuring out how to like play the game and stuff like that, and once I was just playing it for me, just to dick around, just play it, just play it for fun. It was good, man. It's such a good game. I think that it's gonna go turbo platinum. I'm telling you right now. That's just my assumption for it. I haven't had anybody give too many comments to me about the Stellar Blade clips, except for they're good. Except for they're funny. Especially the one where I went tacky. That's how I describe that outfit. that little one-off joke that got some good laughs. But yeah, I was happy with it. Like I said, that was a good one. It was just a quick little shrug. It's not even a good joke, man. I know. But sometimes it's the worst jokes that get the most laughs. That's what you really got to think about. But yeah, I had some people ask if I was doing like a full playthrough of the game. I ain't buying it. That's for sure. Yeah, if the Stellar Blade devs come across my little peedly weedly little channel and they want to gift me, we're listening to the Halo 3 soundtrack, baller. They want to stop by my peedly weedly little channel and gift me their game, more power to them. But yeah, I ain't got that kind of dosh. I can't be shelling out $60 for a video game right now. We got bigger fish to fry. It is the Steam Summer Sale. It is the Steam Summer Sale. I know everybody's really excited every time they throw out the sales for the video games. I want them to confirm iPad Kid Eve, please. That would be pretty good. Why are you naked? Why aren't you naked? Showing up to my chat. What's up, Goner? How you doing? Step your game up, bro. It's Thirsty Thursday. With the program, say no more undressing. Good. No, I'm just shirtless. It's hot in my apartment. I'm getting a breather. All right. I'll probably put a shirt on later, but for right now, I'm chilling. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of games on the Steam Summer Sale that I'm looking at right now that I will consider getting if I get hired for this new job. Listen, we get hired first, and then we can start buying stuff. Then we can go back to the old content mill, baby. We can bring back the streaming, bring back the gaming. Make the Quern stream great again, is what a lot of people have been saying. It's a pretty great stream, okay? But it could be better. I was also looking at some horror games, like Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. It looks fun. It looks like a typical horror game. I didn't find anything that really stood out to me. I've got a bunch of stuff on my wish list that I'm looking at, but yeah, until we got the dosh to shell out for new, fun, and exciting video games, we're chilling. I also played some more Deadlock. Some of you guys might not be familiar with Deadlock. That's because it's not a game that has officially released yet. It's Valve's secret little shooter game. And I still hold the same opinion of it that I did last time that I played it, all of those months ago. It has the makings of such a good game. It's so much fun. But it is a game that suffers from, there's so much that a top level player can do to just completely dog walk a newer player. I really truly don't get the appeal at all. So I'll say this. In a shooter game, in pretty much any game, it is important that the movement feels good. The movement in Deadlock feels good. The characters' kits and stuff like that feel fun. I have a fun time playing most of the roster. And that's hard to say about most any game that I play. The game is very steamrolly. It's clear that there's still a lot of balance changes and changes to the map, changes to the economy systems, changes to the items. There's still a lot that they have to go through before I think that they officially release the game for real. But it's a good game, in my opinion. And I think that once they do release for real, provided the hype hasn't completely died down from everybody doing the playtest and stuff like that. Let's see. At the same time, though, Deadlock to me feels like it's just kind of nothing new. If I wanted to play a hero-based shooter, I'd pick up Marvel Rivals or something. See, here's the thing. I played a lot of Marvel Rivals, and so I kind of feel you there. Marvel Rivals just, in my opinion, felt a lot more clunky. Felt a lot more, I don't know, the movement did not feel as good as Deadlock. Marvel Rivals, some of the characters feel like you're literally moving through molasses. And some of their movement abilities don't even feel that good to use. I mean, when I played Overwatch, the one character that I like to play was Lucio, because moving on Lucio felt good. You felt like you could be an agile asset to the team. What's the song playing? Don't play the freaky stuff. Give me something good. Come on. Whatever. When you play Lucio in Overwatch, it's fun. It's fun to play Lucio, and it's fun to move around the map. And so when I played Marvel Rivals, I played a lot of Rocket Raccoon. Once again, supposed to be a mobile character, a support, and this music is just too intense. It was okay. I think my playlist right now is just looping through the same songs. Oh, here we go. Marvel Rivals did not feel as good or as smooth to me as a gamer as Overwatch did. And all of the characters in Deadlock have good, enjoyable movement, in my opinion. I don't know that there's some people that would dispute me. They'd be like, "Oh, well, you never figured out how to act, like attack cancel, fly cancel on Spider-Man. You never learned to fly through the skies and, use the webs and stuff like that." And that's like, that's cool, man. I'm sure Spider-Man is awesome to play once you get the hang of him. But he feels like ass when you don't have the hang of him, Whereas these other characters with like this cool movement from these other games didn't immediately feel like such a chore to play. But yeah, that's just my hot take. My tier list, I've played the most Marvel Rivals, and I played a lot of it alone. It's a fun game. But when it comes to how good it felt to play, I would put Marvel Rivals at the bottom. Marvel Rivals suffers from the issue of when I played and I was in Grandmaster 3 tier, I didn't really feel like the overall player base was that good. Versus when I play a game like Deadlock and I'm in silver or whatever, or I'm in gold or platinum or not even close to those higher echelon tiers, people are way better at the game. People are insanely good at it. It's crazy. And maybe it's just because I was better at the style, at the slight differences that Marvel Rivals afforded. Maybe I was boosted by the fact that I was playing Rocket Raccoon. But, it just felt like overall the player base in Marvel Rivals was not that good. And that is all the more that I'll say about it. Sorry, I kind of went on a tangent there. What were we even talking about? Yeah, I've played Deadlock a little bit. In Deadlock, yeah, I've been playing Deadlock. Deadlock is fun. I'm sort of getting back in the swing of it. I'm not like super good at it. I am good at one character and one playstyle, and that is give me 7. Let me juice up my ulti, find a good flank, and hopefully win us a team fight off of those prerequisites. Other than that, I'm not really that good at aiming. I'm not really that good at movement. I enjoy doing that exact playstyle. You're just calling this out so you don't... Dawn... I think you forgot to type the rest of your message. Are you going to tell me to not... Don't besmirch these other games too much. You'll make some enemies. Yo, just calling this out so you don't feel it's gone completely unnoticed. Nice touch putting the chat where you look to read it. Clever. Thank you. I'm glad somebody noticed. Yeah, this camera is actually mirrored. So that way when I look over in this direction at my second monitor, I'm looking directly at chat. It's the little things, I'm telling you, dude. He died in the middle of a sentence. Thank you for reviving him, Pencil Sketches. Much appreciated. Thank you for reviving him so he could finish that message. Very important. Yeah, there's so many. What's crazy is there's so many good games out right now. But once I get some money, we're going to be buying some. And we're going to be playing them. You're welcome. Cool. So nobody's ever actually properly seen your face. Well, I mean, it hasn't always been like this. It hasn't always been this way. I've been streaming for a long time. I've used a lot of different camera angles. I've used mirrored. I've used not mirrored. I used to throw on a filter every time I would stream. Just like a gritty filter because I liked it. I liked it like that. But yeah, let me show you. Where's good cam? How do we do properties? Whoa! Cancel. Ah! Are we okay? Hello? Whew. So I have a sharpen filter on right now. Let's turn that off. See how it just looks slightly blurry if I don't sharpen the image? Sharpened? Not sharpened. It's a quality of life thing. These are the little changes. Let me see what my LUT looks like. Yes, dude. Yes. This is how the lighting for the stream used to look. It was very gritty. Yeah. That's like a dark action movie. Kind of cool, right? Makes me look like I'm jaundiced. But yeah, this is just, you know. Can't believe you used to be emo. Used to be. Emo never dies. No, I had all kinds of different I had all kinds of different filters and stuff like that I would throw on. There was like I had a bunch of different looks that I went through. But yeah, just sort of changed it over to this one, I think sometime earlier this year. I was like, you know what? We don't need the filter. We're fine. I did a whole horror stream. I did a whole Halloween horror stream where I stayed in costume the whole time. That was pretty good. I didn't have a whole lot of watchers when I did it, but you know, it was fun. All right. This is some bullshit, man. I need to... People on Steam are freaks. I'm going to say it. I go to popular new releases for video games, and usually I used to have it turned off to where you wouldn't see all of the porn games pop up. And so I turned that off because I was like, sometimes the porn game names are kind of funny. But dude, there's so many of them, man. Oh my god. I feel like I've said ooh too much, so I'm going to go with ah this time. Huh, no shit, Sherlock. And look, I get it, okay? If you're like, you know, into these games, there sure is a lot of them to play. Why not? Why not play them? But like, There's no way that the audience for these games is so big that it's literally always, there's always at least 1 or 2 porn games in the like top popular new releases every day. Every day. Are you there's a whole internet of free stuff like that online available, and people are like, no. Which, hey, good on them for supporting video game developers. Good job, Gooners. Proud of you. But some of these are just, I can't forgive you. I mean, I see why they're buying the video games. Trust me. Each one of these, there's at least 2 big reasons they're buying these video games, and they are big. But I just couldn't imagine. Shame on the game devs. Like, you have so much talent and you use it on Gooner shit. Hey, look, man. Whatever floats their boat, if it's something that they're passionate about, then more power to them. They're making money doing this. Who am I to say that it's wrong? What I do have an issue with is people who are getting Gooner games with AI art, with AI anime girls. It's like, man, you couldn't even spring for artisanal, handmade Gooner anime girls? You now, I don't think that AI is inherently bad. I'm one of those people that thinks that, oh, it can be a tool for the greater good. But you're letting the machines win if you're really like, if you're letting them make your material. Hire real artists. That's all the more I gotta say about it. It's disgusting, man. Like I always say, if you're gonna pay for porn, it better be some damn good shit. Excuse my language. Yeah, that's a fair way to put it. But still though, there are so many people in this beautiful world drawing fantastic artwork of busty anime women. You could be naming all the different artists for forever. The names would go on infinitely. To pay for a video game where they didn't even bother paying one of those fantastic artists, I'll give you a piece of my mind. I'll give you a freaking knuckle sandwich, dang Gooner. All right? Yes, support your local artists. Give him one of these. Ah. You want to jerk off? Here, use this. And them just like hand-drawn picture of just, well, you know what it is. After breaking their freaking nose. Disappointing to your family, disappointing to your friends, disappointment to your lovers, disappointment to all who associate with you. AI porn is a mistake. Yeah, that's true. What's crazy is, like, it's somehow, like, it makes the other, like, the people who are getting those other illicit video games, it makes them almost seem endearing. Because they're like, you know what? I'm supporting artists. I'm supporting game devs. I'm supporting my hobbies. But I'll be damned if I support Those artists and game devs' jobs being stolen by a damn machine. Makes them almost seem endearing. I mean, they're still weird, but... Everyone whacks their shabooble at one point in their life, and if you're going to choose to keep whacking your shabooble, you might as well be doing it somewhat ethically. I would say more than just somewhat ethically. You should keep it completely ethically sourced shabooble whacking, okay? Not just somewhat ethically, completely ethically. All right. I think we've rambled for a long enough period of time. I did have one YouTube video for us to watch. How long is this video? I need to write down. It's a 30-minute video, so we're just going to jump straight into games. We're going to jump straight into video games, okay? We got games, baby. Not those kind of games. We will not be playing any Gooner games tonight or probably any night, if I'm being totally honest. It's not really the kind of show I'm running here. It's not really that kind of stream. Not really that kind of channel. But we have... Damn, we got like 5 different demos. Tonight, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm joking. Listen, the corn bonus streams will not look like that. They will not be looking like that. First game we're gonna play though is called Mina the Hollower. This game looks really cute. You play as a little mouse. It is inspired by it looks like Game Boy Color style graphics. So a little old school. I'm going to go put on a shirt and I'm going to get this game started and then we're going to hop right into it. Bit safer on the games tonight. Wait. The demo closed? They closed the demo for Mina the Hollower? What the shit, man? I didn't know they could do that. I guess we won't be playing that. Yeah, let me uninstall it. That's okay. Because we have another game called Dead as Disco. And Dead as Disco, it looks like a game for playing with a controller, I think. It is a rhythm game. It is a beat-em-up game. So we're going to start it up. We'll see what happens. Heartbreak emoji. It is a bit heartbreaking, but I mean that's just the way it goes down. Wait for what? Careful, it might be loud. Everybody cover your ears. Are we playing the game I think we're playing? We might be. It's a bit hard to look at right now. Is stream looking choppy? My stream software is struggling right now. So yes, stream's choppy. Let's try backing out and then we'll reset. Pause. We're gonna try recalibrating and recharging and getting back in there because yeah, that looked pretty bad on my end. It was for sure the game. Yeah. How heavy could this game be? I'm able to run Monster Hunter just fine. Oh god. Yeah, let me know how it runs when we got the game loaded up. Is the game looking good? It might just be my camera. I mean, it looks like the game's running smooth. What's my camera look like? Oh, we're back. Okay. We're going to take a breather. So we're going to run our ads. Right now, you guys need to get up, use the restroom, get a drink, get a snack. And then we're going to hop right into it, okay? 1, 2, 3. Break! Hold on, I got to move chat. Hold on, let me change my audio. We're gonna go to headphone audio. I feel like this game is probably gonna sound way better with headphones. Alright, I'm cracking open a cold one. This bad boy. Can't stop addicted to the shindig. Sorry. There we go. All right. Hope everybody took a nice little breather. Hope everybody got their legs stretched, got their dancing shoes ready. Had some water, good to hear. Get ready to say hello, YouTube. I'm just taking a quick swig to get my voice warmed up. Alrighty. I'm hoping that when I press record, when I start playing the game, if it's choppy, just give me a heads up. If it gets all screwy dooey, screwy hillooey, kablooey, then just let me know. And yeah, we'll troubleshoot. We'll try and figure something out. If it's not, then let's freaking party. Let's get into it. All right, let's get started. Hey, hi, and hello there, and welcome to Dead as Disco, which is a rhythm game. It looked like a fighting game. It looked like fun. So, I mean, once again, another lovely game that I saw at the Summer Games Fest. We'll be playing it here. And, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to stop by the Quern stream over at twitch.tv/Quern. And if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, I would greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into it. New game. Okay. You see, and you want to know what's crazy? I can definitely move like this. Most people wouldn't believe it. I could move like this. I could dress like this. I just don't got hair like that. Yeah, I'll be honest. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can't completely move like this. I got like a, I got a bad knee. Counter. Press Y to counter. Ooh.
On a brand new mission. Me and my boys way up right now, and it's time we made a difference.
Oh!
I hope you built for swimming. We turn 2 steps into 2 deaths. You know the difference. Listen, hey, killer boys running the set. Key boys will be no threat. We got big
okay.
For big boys, and they come with tech. Do, no regrets. Shoot my pulse, I ain't missing a step. Say they fuck, so I'll say it again. This hood's dead, yeah. Living in a brand new season. Living like this like 4 seasons. Speak about sound, we don't need reasons. Matter of fact, we stand like demons. Tell me, do you stand for treason? Back to the bone, my blood.
Gonna take a little bit of practice.
Hey, film on a brand new mission. Me and my boys wake up right now. This time we made a difference. Set this blood in the water. I hope you built for swimming. We turn 2 steps into 2 deaths. Do you know the difference? Listen.
Do it again.
Hey, killer boys running the set. Key your boys won't be no threat. We got big toys for big boys and they come with tech.
Okay, so A to dodge, Y to counter. Right trigger X. And if you press Y, it taunts. Okay.
alone in the sink and the cloak, and I'm as this shit got a reason to boast. Fuck came down to be me on the boat. Pieces gave me, you know one will choke. One with the first, but I hope it don't choke. You bitches are shaking like cymbals like dope. This really crazy, I'm moving so wavy. They tell me that I am really just doing the money. I'm on a brand new mission. Me and my boys way up right now. This time we made a difference. Set this blood in the water.
Not bad.
I hope you built for swimming.
It's gonna take a little bit of practice to get used to, but damn, music is kind of hitting. Okay, what are we doing here? We have Infinite Disco Dive Bar. Take me to the dive bar, baby. I'm diving full in. In the full game, defeat the 7 deadly idols in the story campaign to learn the secret of Charlie Disco's death. Story mode. There's a lot to look at on this screen, but God bless him. Wait, that was just a... All right. I'm gonna go to Hemlock. Let's see. Level is in early pre-alpha, so it seems like they still got a lot that they're working on with this game. Overall aesthetics.
Charlie, back from the dead.
Yeah, it's me, Charlie, back from the
A
dead.
bit late to the party, aren't you, mate?
I mean, damn, that's what I look like, Charlie Disco. Come on, gamers. I'm already doing it to him. Wait, what happened? Okay, second verse. Well, they're dead. Look at the camera. Oh, my bad. Uh-oh. All right, we got a lot to learn. Uh-oh. Where do we go? Oh, we're good. The game feels very good to play. The music hits. I know that it's just a remix, but it's good, man. Okay. Well, now come on. It's pretty good. I think that the music for this game is already kind of baller. I think the art direction is already kind of baller. It looks like the set pieces that they're using for the fights, it looks good. The only thing that I will say is, well, now, hey, just as I was about to say, I'm worried that it would get repetitive. They throw out a bunch of different moves and stuff at you. Okay. And you can customize Mr. Disco, Mr. John Disco himself. And some multiplayer, not bad. So yeah, my only thing was during that fight that I was doing. Well, hey, I'm ranked 82,738th. Damn, I feel bad for anybody who did worse than me. Let's go to stage select. Let's see what else we got. Only other thing is Infinite Disco. I was worried that it would feel repetitive, just because in that one level it felt like, okay, press Y to counter, press B to follow it up, press X to fill the time. But I imagine that there's... Well, now what do we want to do? All right, let's just dance bad computer. Let's see how it feels. Because as it stands right now, Y to counter, B to follow up. And look at the camera.
If all my love has got you feeling too much, it's feeling too much for you. Then all my love is gonna dance with someone who shows what not to do. If all my love has got you
It's good.
it's feeling too much for you. All my love is gonna dance with someone who shows what not to do.
It's good. Yeah, I think that once they change up a little bit of how the combos that you can chain together feel, I imagine they'll throw harder enemies at you. Ones where you have to dodge or you have to do the parry mechanic. Oh. Yeah, just like that. Gradually over time, it'll get more difficult and you'll have to adapt your rhythm style to it. But so far, excellent song choices. I'm loving it. Okay, and you gain points off of like a combo. Not bad. So it's like a... It's not supposed to be like combat is particularly difficult. It's how well you can chain your combos in combat and keep it with the rhythm of the music, which is interesting. I like that. I think that sort of adds a new layer to it that I'm vibing with. I feel it. Malibu? Let's hit some Malibu. I'm not hitting the combos. That was a bad first round combo. And that was a good combo. Okay. Need to time those better. Not bad. This game is such a vibe, man. The more that I play it, the more I can sort of see what people mean. Guy trying to hit me in the mosh pit. Okay. Okay, need to time those dodges a little better. Dude, I'm rank 1! Wait, has nobody else played Malibu? Hold on, global? Never mind. I accidentally pressed X, and that was my friends. Global, I'm not really that good. I'm ranked 11,000. All right, you know, I'm sort of feeling it. We'll give it one more. We'll give it one more song from the song list. It cannot be that. I want something. Let's try Amaterasu no Yo. Let's see what's popping with this one. This one has a faster BPM. I'm trying to like counter too much when the indicator isn't there. Okay. Just as the song hits, man. Ow. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so can't attack his shield. I got shot. I got shot. All right. You know what? It's a good game, man. It's a good game. I like it. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. I think that I look forward to this game's full release. I can sort of see the appeal here, man. And the song list does go kind of hard. I can definitely see this game just absolutely ruling. I hope that they add more to the demo so you can sort of see a little bit of like maybe like a skill tree system or something like that where you can see all the different possible, I guess I want to say like combos that you can like skill into. Not like the whole thing, but like maybe a little taste of what you can do with all that. It's really fun though. I really like it. And that's Dead as Disco, baby. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those beautiful, wonderful things. I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next game that we play. Kisses. Goodbye. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Thank you very much. It's a good game, man. I like it. It's baller. It is good. Missed the opportunity to say bye to YouTube. Sorry, I do it pretty quickly. I don't want to linger on it too long, you know? I did get a text message. I also got a friend request. Don't worry, I'll add you back. I got you. There we go. Good on you for that. With like YouTube stuff, I don't want to sit on it for too long, you know? People already got those short attention spans. I got a reply to my tweet. The last way an honest mom and pop artisanal streamer can blow up nowadays. Well, I tweeted out, I played through a Siren Head game. I took 3 months to get around to editing it, and it blew up with views. I had no idea that, like, meme online horror was, like, that big. But yeah, Hold on, let me think of a funny, witty response. This Wilder tweeting at me. This 90-year-old content creator still makes Let's Plays the old-fashioned way. I'm a 90-year-old Let's Player still making Let's Plays the old-fashioned way. They hate me for it. They absolutely hate me for it. Anyway, next demo that we have is called Starbirds. And this one I'm actually excited for, but I don't know if it's my kind of game. But we'll see. We'll see if it's exactly what we're looking for. We'll see if it's the kind of juice for us to squeeze. Something going on with the Jimmy Beast, Mr. Beast. He's pulling back on the AI thumbnail tool, which is good. Honestly stopped caring about him. Yeah, I think that overall, I'm not a fan of Mr. Beast. I think, to say the very least, I'm not a fan of Mr. Least. Not in the very beast. I think that he has a lot of power and a lot of pull as one of the biggest content creators coming from YouTube and being put onto other platforms. And I think that he does not wield that kind of power, that kind of title, that kind of pull properly. I don't think that he truly understands what it means to be a touchstone leading point for what content could truly be. And that's just, I'm throwing out a bunch of dumb bullshit with my words. But overall, I think when he got his Amazon TV show, it seemed so poorly written because his team put it together, and it wasn't, or not Amazon TV show. It was like a Netflix show, The Beast Games or whatever. It was bad. It was really poorly done, and I think that sets a bad precedent for these content creators coming from YouTube and coming and trying to put on these big shows. It's hard to watch. I think with his philanthropy and stuff like that, it's good that he makes such a point of it, but it almost feels like it's tough to, push making content out of a lot of these more serious topics. And with his most recent video, how he basically used footage of this guy reacting to the news that his friend had died as some sort of part of the video to emotionally pull at the heartstrings of the viewer, instead of just cutting it out and being hey, this is a point in the video where our subject's friend had died, and we had to break the news to him. We won't be showing that, with all due respect. It was heartbreaking for us all here at the team, but we asked him if he wanted to continue on with the challenge, and he agreed. So we're going to continue on. And then, like, you know, to touch on that subject matter with more sincerity than, and here's where we had to break the news to him that his friend had died, and then it's just a video of this guy, like, crying. Anyway, are you ready to keep losing weight for the Mr. Beast weight loss challenge? And it's like, dude. Yeah. Yeah. It's just bad, man. Just bad. Like, brother, you got to step outside the content brain once in a while and, like, just be a human and ask yourself, there needs to be more people on the teams on like Mr. Beast's like content team, and like a lot of different content creators need like people on their team to be like, hey, this is a bad idea. We can't be airing that out. We can't be like editing it in this fashion. And I feel like there may have been some people along the way who were like, hey, we can't do that. Hey, we shouldn't be doing that. But I'm just saying, the final deliverable that they pushed out as the edited video didn't cut that shit out. But whatever. Avocado Animations predicted this shit, my god. Jacksepticeye. Been one of the biggest Mr. Beast haters for a long time. I wouldn't say like Mr. Beast hater, but he did say a long time ago, he was doing like this like lie detector thing. And he said like he thought that people like Mr. Beast who were concerned about the algorithm and getting views. And that was it. Not about making content, but making content that would get views. The overall YouTube shifted to what can you do to get views on the algorithm, not what you can do to make good content. And I think content as a business is just sad. Because do you think that Mr. Beast, when he makes these videos, he's like, yes, I've made a piece of art. I've made something to be proud of. Or do you think, wow, this is going to get a lot of views, you know? And I mean, like, I'm not one to talk. My content is dog ass. My content is shit. But I would like to think, and this is me, once again, I'm talking out of my butt about the whole Mr. Beast thing, okay? I would like to think that if I had that kind of money, I had that kind of pull, I had that kind of, you know, team behind me, that I would be able to do better. I don't know if I could. I'm a small content creator. I literally just make YouTube videos. I make Let's Plays, and I put very little effort into them. But it's easy, and of course it's easy for me to critique Mr. Beast. But I do think that shifting the focus away from just making things that'll get a lot of views and to making things that will actually have, you know, actually be good. I don't know, man. I do like the fact that some of those videos are about like curing people's blindness, leaving a lasting impact. That's good. That's great. Shit like that should go viral. But yeah, some of the other stuff is like, you know, once again, it's easy for me to have an opinion as a small content creator that nobody knows. That has very little pressure on him. There are tons of content creators out there who, you know, when they get their money, they get their bag, they produce really entertaining stuff. And I love it. I respect it. And I'm done rambling about this topic. But yeah, find the content creators that are going extra, going above and beyond. It just takes some looking. Anyway, we're going to hop into Starbirds. Starbirds. Sorry. Starbirds. Oh, I didn't even change the game to Dead as Disco. Oops. Starbirds. Primary. Hey, hi, and hello there, and welcome to Starbirds. A video game that might be a little bit loud at the moment because I haven't made it to the main screen to adjust the audio levels, and for that I apologize. Hello YouTube, if you're watching this over on YouTube right now, be sure to check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/Quern. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Twitch channel, do all those wonderful things to support your boy. Thank you, I love you. Let's get into this video game. This is Starbirds. Click anywhere to start. Now, this is a game made in partner with the YouTube channel Kurzgesagt, a YouTube channel that I've watched a lot of videos from. They talk a lot about science, a lot about culture, a lot about different things. Very educational, very fun. I love them, and so I think I'm going to enjoy this game. I don't know what to expect, though. I did very little research on what this game actually is, but I saw that it was made with Kurzgesagt, and I was like, yups. I also don't know how to pronounce Kurzgesagt. Is that it? Is it Kurzgesagt? Kurzgesagt? Or something like that? I don't know, man. I'm doing my best. Anyway. They make fantastic videos, man. All I know about this game so far is we are birds and we are among the stars. Okay, ballin'. Birth. W just got born, already climbing the corporate ladder. Or the literal ladder. I love that they managed to transition the art style. Get out of my chair. Aye, aye, Captain. It's also still really loud. It's one of my only gripes with certain games like this is just let me get to the settings real quick. Let me adjust them. Gather round, flock. I have a few words to say. For now begins our great mission. Can I adjust? Yes. All games should start at like 50% volume. I know that there's probably some reason that they don't, but all games should start off 50%. That's my hot take about game audio for now. Gather round, flock. I have a few begins our great mission. This should be some good squawking. Ahem. Today we embark on a journey for the good of all bird kind. In the past, we locked wings and reached for the first mango, but today we reach for the stars. Mangoes do not power starships. We need rare earth fruits, iron, silicon, fruits that power dreams. That's a mighty fine speech and all, Cap, but what's our actual mission here and now? Right, Ruth. Actually, we need to make a quick stop to fill up on supplies before we can continue. Ahem. At ease, everyone. Let's get to work. Good hustle. Sablina. Sector 1. Hatched. We're here, Flock. These asteroids look promising. Initiate landing. How does this work again?
Not the red button. Maybe his cryo egg got cooked on the way out here.
I'm fine, Stella. Just walk me through the controls. I'm not familiar with this model.
Just pay attention to the instructions, Cap, and you won't put a claw wrong, probably.
Listen up, Flock. According to my notes, we should start up with this quest. Captain requests iron. Click on the asteroid to see if it's iron. Double-click to enter it. Take a closer look. Zoom in and out with your mouse. Rotate the asteroid by holding down the right mouse button and moving the mouse. Wow. To land, click on a glowing big crater. First, find an iron deposit, then drag an extractor. That's iron. That's iron, baby! I'll put it like right here. Remember, buddy, I gotta disappear from my lover's calling. Well, farewell. I hope to see you in a bit. This costs you credits? We got credits to blow, man. Click and drag your left mouse button to draw a pipe from the extractor. Okay. Great, now let's really speed things up. Slap down some more extractors and connect them all to the launch pad. Okay. What about one like right here? What about one like right here? I mean, this guy's probably he's got big iron that he's pulling up. Oh, we did it. Well done, Flock. We've really earned these credits. Collect your quest reward by clicking the golden button on the left. Can do. Will do. A single launch pad can't keep up with more than 4 extractors. Build a second launch pad for better efficiency. Launch pad. Perfect. We're doing great already. Let's ramp up our production. We need to stockpile some more iron and aluminum. Extractor. So this guy's got 3 attached. Put another one right here. We can put another one right here. We'll put another one right here. Okay. All right, accept. For this quest, you need to extract and deliver aluminum to the space station. Uh-huh. Not bad. With all these materials, we can build up our station and earn more credits. Let's pick our first module. I accept your quest. I accept your reward. I am trying to keep up with everything that's popping up on me. That'll make sure our next station's extra cozy. But now, let's get back to business. There are still some resources missing from my list. Hover over the quest icon, and then there are requested resources to see what you need to complete a quest. Titanium and water. Can't find the resources that you need here? Click the map button at the top left to explore more asteroids. Oh yeah, I can complete that quest. If it turns golden, that means I can complete it. Okay. Discover. So these are tech points. Very well. I assume this will have exactly what we're looking for in terms of materials to improve. But, yep. Right there. Just look at all the titanium and water just waiting around here for us. It's pretty good. I'm happy with it. Let's get our extractors down. Ah, pin feathers. We're out of credits. What? That's no problem. These shiny nuggets are just what we need to get some extra credits. Yoke just needs to collect them. Oh, Yoke? Yep. Deploy rover. Ensign Yoke reporting for duty, sir. Captain, sir. Well, this is no simulation, Ensign. You must use the utmost caution. Am I understood? Sir, yes, sir, Captain, sir. I like your spirit, Ensign Yoke. But you don't need to call me sir. Just Captain will do nicely. Okay, drag a path from the rover to gather up these shiny nuggets for some extra credits, tech points. Look at him go! I may have sent him on a bit of a goose chase. Is that everything? No, it's not. Probably got the most fun job out of everyone. That's crazy. Yeah, come here, man. Grab that. I get that. I just keep working them. Almost done. The last thing we need to fill up is our oxygen tanks, so we're ready to travel onwards. Okay, how we do that? Oxygen, undiscovered. To produce oxygen, we need a refiner. Click it in building inventory to start the research. It costs you tech points. Yeah, all right. Yep, I'll spend all my tech points on that bad boy. And while I'm researching, you know, I'm getting busy with some other stuff. You know, we always stay getting money on the asteroids. You know, they say, like, the reason that a lot of, you know, wealthy people and companies were very interested in, like, space for a while is the idea that, you know, the first ever trillionaire is probably going to be whoever figures out how to mine asteroids properly. Because, I mean, apparently they got a lot of resources. I don't fully, you know, understand the science behind that, but smarter people than I have said that. Excellent news, I've completed the research. I will need to build a refiner for you. Claim the crest reward. Yes, sir. Refiner research. Drag it onto the building inventory onto the asteroid. You betcha. Here you go. Place an extractor on a water deposit and connect it to the refiner. Is this water? Or is this water? Is this water? That's water. Extractor. The refiner converts water into oxygen. We need to complete the quest. Now connect the refiner with a launch pad to send the oxygen to the space station. Say less, I'm in. Not bad. I can vibe with this. You know, I will say, I think that, I like to think that I would thrive in a space age civilization. I also like to think that I would have thrived in a, you know, a pre-industrial civilization. I think the truth is, I just like to think that I'd be successful in any time that isn't now. Excellent work, Flock. With all these materials stocked and our machines fixed up, it should be a smooth journey to our next destination.
I recalibrated our devices and improved the precision of our trajectory calculation by 20.2853%.
That's if my math is correct, and I do believe it is.
Space exploration isn't about math. You've got to expect the unexpected. Trust your gut.
Sorry, his name was Rust, and he looks like this. I feel like I gotta give him a bit of a sauce voice, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me, Rust, is your gut familiar with Kestrel's laws of planetary motion? Or maybe I didn't need to stay up all night doing the calculations that stop us from being smashed apart by asteroids.
Thank you, Stella. I'm sure Rust was, joking. Let's, put all the math to work then. Flock, to the stars. To the stars, my flock. Hatch completed. Very well. Okay, I kind of get what this is all about. I'm picking up on the vibe. Let's travel to the next sector, baby. Let's see what's going on in these next couple Sublina. Sector 2, a strange discovery. What do you got for me?
Captain, I'm getting strange readings from this sector. My sensors have picked up statistical anomaly. Something with extreme mass and density.
Don't tell me it's a black hole. That sounds just the kind of resource we're looking for. Where is it?
We have to get closer to investigate. But Captain, there's a matter of debris field. There is the matter of debris field. I'd advise we make our approach steadily over a few days, carefully monitoring.
What are you squawking about, Captain? This is the great unknown we came out here for. Don't let Stella scare you.
I'm not scared, Science Officer. I'm not scared. Science Officer Stella set a course for that group of asteroids. Scared? I'm not afraid of rocks. Sorry, sometimes words are hard to say when there's too many of them to say. We're very close now. Let's land on the asteroid and find this strange object. Why, yes. Don't mind if I do. Well. Land right here. This rock is to be the culprit. What is that?
Great gizzards, I've never seen something like this before.
I'd like it to take it to our station for examination, but it seems to have fused with the asteroid.
That ain't no...
What does Ruth talk like?
That ain't no problem. All you need is an excavation hub, and lucky you, I know how to build one.
Sorry, that might be... Voices are getting too similar, man. I can only do so many. You're missing tech points. Start researching. One way to obtain tech points is to extend your space station with modules. Yeah, I'll accept that module. What do you want from me? You need water? I can do that. What are you? That's water. That's water, man. Give me that. Put the rover out. We need money. More money. Where is it? Okay, I'm starting to get dizzy. I assume once we get this, then that'll give us the tech points that we need, as well as a station level. Okay. I'm learning. Gimme.
Modules need taking care of sometime, like plants.
Completing supply quests is a reliable way to earn credits and tech points by delivering more of the same resources. New supply quest available. Alright. Don't mind if I do. I don't know why I double listed that quest, but don't mind if I do. We gotta research this guy. Yes, an excavation hub. There are loads of quests now. How do I let my flock know which is the most important? The uppermost quest will get resources first. Rearrange your quest by dragging and dropping them in the order that you want. Okay. I want this to go first. Yeah. Game is kind of weird without music playing. I think that I think they might want to think about that. Let's get some more excavators out here. Yup. Claim! I need 5 science points and 250 monies to make. But I can do that. I can reach that shortly. There we go. Science points achieved. Use plaster quest available. I don't need credits. I want more lab points. Okay. And now we can build the excavation hub, I assume, on top of that.
Come on, Ruth, what is taking so long? The excavation. I want to get that strange object.
Right? This ain't like building a nest. Sticks and feathers. I ain't gonna cut it for high-tech work. Right? Unless you want to peck that thing out with your beak.
Oh no, that doesn't sound like much fun.
That's what I thought. Now let's get going. I'm gonna need those resources to get started.
All right. What's Ruth want? Gold and oxygen. Okay. So let's take... We need a refiner. Can we... We can't make a new link there? That's okay. We take an extractor, link it to the refiner, and link the refiner to the thing. Science points. We need more science points. Get Ruth's quest up. We can't. What are we missing? Gold. Oxygen is being produced. Okay. Okay. I'm happy. It seems like we're doing the right thing, I think. The game is kind of nice when the music picks back up. Now, I don't think that we can go to other planets and do stuff like that before it's ready. Cool. Are we not sending gold? How do... I don't know why her quest is lower. I can't drag it. I believe we have encountered an error. Wait. Do these supply lines... Hold on. Let me try and figure this out. So do I need to send them here? How do I... Let's try extractor. Refiner. It's a little jank, but we're getting it. Extractor. There we go. Okay, yeah. Because those were being sent to... They were being sent to the ship. We don't want to send them to the ship. We want to send them to the extractor. Right? Understood. Give me that. Yeah, take another quest. We may have overbuilt. Where's our little car, man? We got gold we got things to collect. I don't know if this is gold. It's something. We've got money on this planet that needs getting. Well, the getting's good. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we collected all of it. Hey, there's one. Let's keep the car busy for a little bit. Oh, it's gonna drive right around that. Unlucky. I'll take that. And I'll take that.
Looking good so far. The next step is to tickle the object with a little radiation. I'm gonna need some uranium. Problem is, ain't no uranium on this rock. We need to get it from some other asteroid.
Yes, ma'am. To receive landing resources from another asteroid, you need to create a landing pad. Okay. I can do that. Research that. Yes. That'll be quick. I accept that quest. Yeah, I accept this one too. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Can we go to the map? While that's extracting, this might have what we're looking for, because that's the icon. Uranium. Discover. Okay. We'll enter. There we go. What's this say? Claim! We have a landing pad now.
I've researched...
That was the same voice.
I've researched the landing pad to receive the uranium. To make sure it's safe, let's place it in a big crater on the excavation asteroid.
Of course. Don't mind if I do. Big crater on the excavation asteroid. Yeah, plenty of big craters to go around. We'll pick this guy.
This one is humming with uranium. Let's get our uranium production going.
Are you talking about the other planet? The one that I already went to? That maybe I shouldn't have. Yep. Let's go. Well, that looks like uranium to me. That also looks like uranium. So we need an extractor. Link it up. And an extractor. And link it up. And deploy rover. You just keep that quest going. Our rockets are delivering the uranium to our space station by default. Go back to the map and change its destination. Okay, map. Click the uranium icon and drag it to the landing pad on the excavation asteroid. This will reroute the rockets to the landing pad. Okay. Done. Yes? I did it. Let's go, baby. Space ain't nothing to a guy like me. Fantastic work, Flock. The uranium is being delivered to the excavation asteroid. Let's return to it now. Yes, sir, Captain, sir. Draw a pipe from the landing pad to the excavation hub for the uranium and complete Ruth's quest. There we go. It is done. Yeah, let's get into the quest going. It's so easy, man. I'm ready for space. We're almost there. Pretty sure this is the last thing we need to break the strange object loose. What more could you want from me, Ruth? Quartz? All right.
Wait, what is this quartz resource? I've never heard of it.
Hover your cursor over Ruth's quest, then click the quartz to open the wiki. It would appear that we need to produce quartz ourselves.
It would appear as though we need to produce quartz ourselves. And we'll need a chemical lab for that.
Okay. Click the chemical lab and research it. Yes.
What?
Treasury. Yeah, treasury. That's good. I like money. Yeah, that. What's going on here? What are we doing? We are researching the chemical lab currently. And we have a crafting recipe for silicon, water, quartz. Hold on, I gotta do a quick little Bansky. Part of being a small streamer, you gotta love it. Stop by the stream today, you know. Treasury has been researched. What do you want from me? Engine room, silicon, aluminium. Give me some from freaking money. What we need silicon. Hold on. Wait, there's too much going on. Do you have silicon? Yerp. All right. So that looks like silicon to me. Pick right here. Get an extractor. That's water. That's not what we're looking for. What are you? Silicon. Yes. Why not send some water back home? Click on the chemical lab and research it. I am researching it, I think. I don't know what's taking so long. Why am I paused? Wait, okay. Yeah, we're waiting on the silicon. Yes. Give me that money. Thank you. Give me more money. More money. Let's learn about engine room. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think we got this pretty much locked down. I ain't even stressing, man. Let's get some more extractors on this piece. I don't even need the money anymore. I'm just doing it for fun. Chemical lab. Now we can claim. I've researched for the chemical lab. Dreams do come true. I've always wanted my own chemical lab. Good job, Stella. So according to the wiki, we should combine water and silicon in the chemical lab. Yeah, we have both of those here on this planet. How convenient. How convenient. So, yeah, got it. Go ahead and give me more money. Let's create a chemical lab. We got water and silicate here right on this planet. So we need to put an extractor like here. Oh, this is gonna be tough. And then we put an extractor like right here. And then we put the chain going that way. There we go. There's a lot of stuff going on my screen right now. Excellent work, Flock. We're now refining a steady stream of quartz. Do you need anything further, Science Officer? Maybe a tissue. My chemical lab, just so beautiful. Sniff, I'd wish we'd brought a poet on this mission. Come now, Stella. It takes all sorts to make some quartz. Oh, Captain, that's very poetic. Now let's deliver this quartz to the excavation site so Ruth can separate for the strange object. Awesome. So we go back to the map, and then we take the yeah. But that's not quartz, that's water. That's water that we're sending. How do I need to kill the water. Oh wait, no, we're sending quartz, just slowly. Yeah, sure, give me more money. Engine room? What was that, copper? I can't be bothered. We're doing it though, we're doing it. Slowly but surely. Let's head on over back to this pure planet. Wait, but we gotta go to the, this one. Send it back to the station. Then we go to this guy, enter the planet. I've never seen so many birds gather resources so fast. It seems mystery is an excellent motivator. Now let's take a closer look at this strange object.
Hold on to your butts. I gotta lift this thing carefully. Then I can... Whoa, Captain, you're not gonna believe this, but it's flying. Quick, hitch a ride on my rover. That'll stop it from floating away. But it's not floating away. It's just floating.
Like magic. We have to see what's inside of this rock. It could be like a tiny alien spaceship or something.
Excuse me, if we're going to open up this potentially dangerous object, we're doing it in a controlled lab environment.
You heard Stella. To the lab. Command team only. Oh, and Ensign Yoke, you come too. I don't want you to miss this.
Yeah, Ensign Yoke, get over here. We gotta show you what's going on in the friggin' lab.
We're about to open up a space egg. There could be downright anything in this.
Mwah. What?
Okay. This is fascinating. Looks like a rock. Uh-oh. Oh my. Have you found out what it is? Something not native to our system. You are here. It came all the way from over... Whoa! Here. That's pretty far away. A strange discovery. We've done it! We did it. I didn't get the high score. Wait, I got 16%? 6 stars? Wait, what? There's so many more to get. Are you crazy? What's going on? Alright, go on. What if we go on an expedition? What's it going to tell us? Sablina. Sector 2.1. A little detour. Into the unknown. This is what it's all about. Let's explore this sector and bring some of the treasures we find around here. This is an expedition to a bonus sector of Sablina. Replay this level as many times as you like. It'll be different every time. Ooh, it's like a roguelike. Yes. New quest from Captain. We need methane, oxygen, and plastic. Boy, the microplastics, they're everywhere now. They're everywhere. You can't stop them. This one's got both resources. We go here first. Go ahead and land me here. Scenic. Beautiful. What do you want from me? New quest? You want... Yeah, sure. Magnesium. Or what? Magnesium. Let's see what you get with the magnesium. Place our extractor. Bloop. Let's place an extractor. Bloop. Place an extractor. Boop. You know, we keep it busy. It doesn't... I think we're only extracting? This is just for supplies then. Okay. Well, give me more money. Lab, awesome. So, chemical lab, I don't think that we need that. We are currently collecting these things, so we can, well, we don't need corridors. It's got to be on a different planet. Okay. And we can deploy the rover. Meow. Well, let's make sure that we got at least 4 extractors going on this bad boy. And then we can take our leave and go somewhere else. Awesome. Take the money. What do you want from me? Awesome. Take the money. Let's go to the other place. What you got going on over here? You got... What was that? I don't know what that was. But let's take it. Go ahead and place right here. Beautiful. Get an extractor going right there. An extractor going right here. Get the rover down. Rover is on the planet. collecting nodes. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So he needs oxygen. So we need to go to the planet with water and craft the oxygen. We need methane, which is we need to discover methane. And plastic is another one. What do you mean iron not found? Is this not iron? No, that's a different thing. Methane undiscovered, gold not found. Whatever, man. Yeah, whatever. Take the water. All right. Yeah, whatever. Take the things. All right. So we need to go to another planet. What do you got for me here? What do you got for me? Yeah. I will enter. So it sort of has you go on like little expeditions, it looks like. It's kind of cool. I don't have enough tech points. I messed up. I messed up bad. Give me those. I need you to give me tech points now. Please, please, I need to gather the resources. I've already got enough money. I need to learn. Yeah, the music cuts out. It feels weird when the music just isn't there. You know, it almost feels lonely. But, you know, I'm sure it's a demo for a game. I'm sure they're figuring it out. Give me more tech points. I thought I had enough tech points to survive the winter. I was wrong. I was wrong. What? Yeah, give me. Yeah, there we go. All right, what are you? That looks like methane to me. Logistics pipe hub. Yeah, I could use a pipe hub. Oh, this is going to take a minute. All right, give me another extractor. Okay. Perfect. Put the rover down. There we go. Time to drive. Time to collect all the valuable resources. It's that easy. Give me that. Give me that. What do you got for me? Give me more tech points. More. We've already got enough money. Can't build a reactor because we gotta get this guy first. And we aren't researching the other things because we're busy with this guy. We haven't found iron yet. Let's go to another planet. Okay, well, let's hop on this other planet. I'm sort of getting a feel for what it wants from me here. I'm feeling it. What are you? I don't even know what you are. That's water. There's the iron. There's all kinds of different things on this bad boy. We've got a planet with 3 different kinds of things. Everybody be on high alert. We don't really need to extract the water, I don't think. We got a lot of water. There we go. What do you want from me? Yeah. should focus on that, and we should focus on that. Those are two things that are going to be necessary, I would assume. Yeah, give me the points. Give me the friggin' points. Give me money now. I need money. All the points, all the money just comes flowing into a guy like me. I think that I'm ready to be lost in space. Except... what do you want from me? Oxygen? Am I already sending oxygen? Am I? I don't think I am. Aluminum. Let's accept the oxygen one. Because we can do that real quick. Put an extractor down. We put a refiner down. Boom. Bam. Shoot that oxygen out. A pipe hub. Done. So, a pipe hub splits and merges pipes. Okay. So can I just put one down, lead all the pipes there, and then it'll figure it out for me? New supply quest available. Yeah, give me more money. So for this, we are sending oxygen to the station. We need to find plastic, which is craftable somehow. How does one make plastic? How do I research again? Let's go to the gold planet. Okay, this one's got... well, we might need gold. You never know. I've often been a fan of gold. Extractor. So... cool. Yeah. We are not researching the living quarters. So let's see if we can figure out how to make plastic. Let's see, energy... chemical lab. We need to make a chemical lab. Crafting recipes. Hydrocarbon. We need carbon and methane. We can make carbon out of methane and oxygen. And we can make hydrocarbon out of carbon and methane. So we need methane and oxygen on a planet. Which one of these bad boys got methane and oxygen? No, we need methane and water. This might have it. This might have what we're looking for. Okay, we gotta... what do you got for me? A gym? Let's make everybody stronger. We need that. Or we can get solar sails. Yeah, give me solar sails. Yeah. Let's enter this new planet. So on this new planet, we need methane and water. Methane and water, and we are set. We have... I forgot what that is, but it ain't what we're looking for. Methane, and whatever the heck that is. Whatever, man. Who cares? Put an extractor on. Put a friggin' extractor on. Just friggin' send it. I mean, on our other one, did we have... because we had another planet with methane. This one doesn't... does this not have water? Wait, but we can make oxygen and send it to another planet. So let's make oxygen here, and then we send it to the planet with methane, and then we send... hopefully that makes the thing that we're trying to make. can't make a manufacturing unit because we haven't made carbon yet. But let's, yeah, okay. Let's use what we learned. So here on this planet, we should have space. We don't have a lot of space, actually. I don't like this planet. Too small. We need a big boy planet. New quest? Yeah, sure. Give me more money. I think that you have water. Okay. I don't think I've messed with this little asteroid quite yet. Okay. Yeah, no, this is good. This is good. We haven't even linked things up yet. So we can do a refiner. And then that's going to craft oxygen. Yeah, sure. A gym, why not? Yeah, sure. A reactor, why not? And then we need to send this guy to a landing pad on this guy. We need to make a landing pad over here. Okay. We're figuring it out. Landing pad. Launch pad. Where's landing pad? There it is. I'm an idiot. It was literally right there. I'm just freaking out. Okay. Take the things. Take the things. More living quarters. Yes, more quests. Make a lab. Then you need to go here to this landing pad because we're going to use you. So now we're sending oxygen to this bad boy. We need to make a, where is it? A chemical lab and put that like here. Yeah, that looks good to me. And then send to the chemical lab. We need to send methane and oxygen. This bad boy is getting oxygen. Send the oxygen there. What do we have? Methane. We have methane right there. So let's extract, send that. And do we need to send it to a second chemical lab? Ah, okay. What are we making, man? How will we make plastics? Hydrocarbons. Okay, so we're on the right track. What are we doing here? What? I'm lost. I've been clicking too many things, man. I'm getting lost now. All right. So, do we need to make another chemical lab? Buildings, chemical lab. So we want to make carbon. No, this guy. Carbon. This guy. The music cut out and it's scaring me. What are you? A lab, yes. Okay. We've reached an impasse. We've made goop. What now? Delete. Send you here. And you... Yes. Put a thing here. and combine. Yes. Yes. And now you're making hydrocarbons, which we then make into plastic. Okay. And then can we send the hydrocarbons out? Okay. Okay. Goop. Why am I making goop? Is that gonna make plastics? How do I make plastic? Hydrocarbon. Into a refiner. Delete. Give me a refiner. There we go. Make a plastic for me. What is that? That doesn't look like plastic. There's plastic. Send it. Oh, sweet Lord. We are the almighty space chickens. And we will complete this galaxy quest or whatever it is. I don't know. We are no longer sending gold, so we can cancel that one. Yerp. Slowly but surely. We'll get there, man. I feel like we kind of owned it here. I mean, I see the processes. I worked my way through it. I farmed some freaking asteroids. Now all that's left to do is deploy my freaking rover. You know, I think you just gotta keep the rover busy, honestly. You know, just keep him running. Eventually he'll run into some useful resources. There we go. He'll figure it out. What do you want from me? Magnesium? Enjoy. I'll give you all the magnesium that you could ask for, little chicken. Okay, wait, this one's almost done. Ooh. And then I think that completes our, like, mission for this one? Oh. Oh. Expedition completed. Replay this level as a new expedition or stay here and try and maximize your score. Okay. Alright. And that's the demo for Starbirds. Well, okay. This kind of rules. I like it. I know that I sort of like all the demos that I play, but this one I sort of went into it. My rover's still collecting. That's how you know I kept him busy good. I will say, perfect length of a demo. Perfect showing of what this game is. I like it. I'm going to be real honest with you. It's kind of fun. It's not my typical kind of game, but I know that there are a lot of people that are very much into this style of sort of like crafting management kind of game. It's enjoyable, and it's made by the people who make Kurzgesagt. So, hey, you know, lots of love to them. I thought this was fun. I'm clearly ready to be a space bird myself. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those beautiful, wonderful things. And I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye. Good shit, man. That was good. Only times it felt awkward was when the music cut out. But that'll happen. That'll happen. All right, let's get ourselves a new drink. I'm kind of feeling a little bit peckish. I might need some food. Ooh, my knees, man, my freaking knees. I need to pop them bad boys. Did I kick my camera at some point? Better. All right. Need some music. Some music. Music to play. We'll switch it to just chatting. We've been doing great. Just chatting. Play some music. Play some music. Play some music. It's gonna, yeah. Hit me with a random one. I'm an indent. We have been gaming for real, on God. I do have some other demos on the list. On the list for playing. Now let's see. Scary game. Silly game. tough. Just have a bowl of beef and carrots, you know, for snacking. I gotta let that cool down a little bit. Woo! It's hot. It's good, man. Sort of blasted it in the microwave. Alright, we need to run ads anyway. It's great music. It's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm feeling. Let's get something to watch while we eat. Something to watch while we eat. Well, nah, it should show up here. The video that I've been trying to watch. Yeah. Here we go. It was a bit of a nasty burp. All right, let's go to screen capture. Let's pull this bad boy up. Food building. Food is a world-building superpower. It's about using food to tell stories, and it references Dungeon Meshi. Let's check it out.
World building is tricky. You've got all this stuff about the politics and trade and cultures of your world you want to share with people, but it's hard to get people to care, and characters don't usually have a good reason to sit around thinking about it without it feeling really forced. And all of this is why I realized food is kinda a world-building superpower. Seriously, think about it. Characters need to eat all the time. They have opinions on food, desires and memories and backstory, and scenes can be easily set at a meal. It's just human behavior. And through that, you can slip in all that dirty exposition about the world you love without it feeling like an info dump. It's a really subtle but really powerful way to deepen your world.
Oh, and by the way, did you know if you scan this delicious, tasty QR code, my next 2 videos are already waiting for you over on Nebula, which only deepens our world building and writing discussions from today. Link below as well.
I mean, you can learn so much about a world's Part 1 culture just by looking at how and what and when and where and why people eat. Stuff which is basically background to a scene. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, air nomad cuisine tends to be simpler and closer to the raw ingredients. Think apple salad, moon peaches, onion banana juice, minimally processed foods and ingredients which can be easily gathered or scavenged from nature by a nomadic people who can fly anywhere. Fire Nation cuisine, on the other hand, is more processed, relies on more complex cooking techniques and temperature control. It's spicy, often using firebending in the process, with more meat supported by its industrialized economy. Or you can explore deeper cultural values, like food often has a lot to say about gender roles. In Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archives, Alethi men eat these spicy, intense dishes while women get milder, sweeter curries, and it's all to kind of demonstrate these Alethi ideas of what gender is. Men are expected to be these hardy, tough warrior leaders, while women are taught to be softer, modest, and literally sweeter. And I hear you, that's weird, it doesn't make any sense, but we actually do this in our world. Like, look closely at this. What is it? Whiskey, you say, but it's also a symbol of masculinity, while things like salads and bakings are apparently associated with femininity. That is badly watered down orange juice. Or think about the role meat plays in your world. What does it say about their relationship with the natural environment? Think about how prominent certain kinds of meat in a food culture can say something about the society's relationship with the natural world. The way people approach food in your world can reflect how they're supposed to present themselves in society, interact with others, or even fulfill their roles in their culture, and that itself can be a source of internal and external conflict when characters do or don't fit those roles. Food can often be symbolic in how it's eaten, why, how
Using
it's made,
a lot of Monster
as other
Hunter
characters
clips here.
react to and
I see
think
you.
about them. Like in A Song of Ice and Fire, offering bread and salt, 2 foods essential for survival in a world like this, is a symbolic promise of safety, rooted in real history, by the way. It's a gesture that has long been used in different cultures to show trust and protection between a guest and a host. And in fact, let's think about the Red Wedding, a meal, but not just as like the most shocking scene in the story, but as an incredibly important world-building bit for Westeros. In the books, we see how Walder Frey is shunned for breaking guest rights, how bread and salt don't mean as much as they used to, all because of the Red Wedding. We understand the values here through food. I mean, food shows up in language symbolically all the time. Like there's this phrase in Chinese, the rice is already cooked, which means, you know, what's done is done. Can't be undone. Just how your characters talk is going to say a lot about how your cultures think, the common touchstones they use. It's because of this that symbolic food often crosses over with religion. Like, did you know that lembas bread from Middle-earth
How many did you eat? 4.
isn't just something I really wish I could have, but actually a really important cultural, religious food for the elves. It was given to them by this sort of goddess, Yavanna, and so only the Yavanaldi, the sacred order of the Maidens of Yavanna, are allowed to make it. The act of baking and giving lembas becomes this sacred ritual. Food is, of course, an essential part of feasts and festivals to celebrate the changing of the seasons, or rites of passage, or important historical events in a culture. Think Thanksgiving turkey every year. Food says a lot about how cultures and your characters understand themselves and their history. But food isn't just about what people eat, it's about what they don't eat. Just by being eaten around something important, the food itself can become something important. Which animals or plants are sacred, should never be touched, or should be cultivated in particular ways, and how does your character feel when they see it being eaten or dealt with differently? Eating one thing might be taboo in culture and sacred and essential in another. The Elder Scrolls actually has a fascinating taboo in their wood elves, the Bosmer, who seem to be these kind of peaceful, serene elves that we're used to in fantasy, only they're bound by something called the Green Pact, a sacred oath that forbids them from harming plant life. So, they eat meat. And when I say that, I mean they're carnivores. They are almost cannibals. So much so that they fast before a battle because they have to consume the dead afterwards, including their own kind. Cannibalism is taboo for us, but required religiously for
That's
them.
crazy.
In all
I didn't know that.
Cultural philosophies, taboos, the best practices for handling certain kinds of foods often end up being codified into like
That's
myths
fascinating.
and religious stories to preserve and crystallize those ideas. Like the Iroquois and
He's
Cherokee
blowing
tell
my
the story
mind. I
of
didn't
the
know
three
all this.
sisters, three girls who were turned into corn, beans, and squash, the staple crops of their people. And to ensure their happiness, supposedly they always need to be planted together. A tradition that isn't just symbolic, right? But it's actually a really effective farming method. They grow better in this way. So consider, how can religious and cultural stories in your world give symbolic meanings to foods and practices, connecting the act of eating or cultivating to deeper values? And how does religion and myth preserve food practices? There is this temptation, I think,
fascinating.
to think about food world building as like always representative of some wider cultural value or circumstance, when like food is self-expression, it is creativity, it is identity, and it's how people bond together. Human expression is culture. What we like to eat and drink and how we like it and who we like it with and where we like it, how we share that with our community. Like, think of coffee. We have so much fun with it. Every different coffee shop will have their own fun spin on a latte, and everyone has their own way that they like their coffee that they really identify with, almost. Like, my wife Laura loves cinnamon spice coffee at Christmas because it feels festive and she likes festive things. Every culture has its own take on coffee, and in that, food isn't always reflective of some deeper cultural values around strength or honor or gender or the struggles against a harsh winter. A lot of really famous foods are products of people just expressing themselves, what they like, people just being people in a culture collectively building up an identity. You put enough people, all of whom are their own unique, individual, creative people just being people and building up this identity that they can all share. It becomes special because it's part of us. Infinitely variable because people are infinitely variable. Regardless of their values or geography, any
Using
collection
a lot of
thousands
clips of
or even
Monster Hunter
millions
here,
of
man.
people expressing themselves through food over time is going to end up with
Anime
an incredibly
and Monster
unique
Hunter. I
mountain
mean, they
of
do have some of the best
self-expression.
clips
It's about
of
the
food,
recipes
so.
our grandparents passed down, the meals we grew up with, the things we learned to cook as kids and now find comforting. But with all of that said, part 2, geography. Let's be honest, the environment, the physical world around us, what actually grows there is maybe the biggest factor in what we actually eat. Even today, take a look at this map of a fictional world, and like, let's focus on this southern
Wait, those are
continent
clips from
here. We'll call it
Scavenger's Reign.
the
It just
Mashkarian
registered. I was like, I
Empire.
recognize
The
that.
grasslands might be perfect for grain
Scavenger's
production,
Reign.
wheat, crops, so they probably eat a lot of that. But up here in the Momo Republic, maybe their soil isn't good or flat enough to be really good for crops, so they instead rely on livestock and dairy products. People around here, though, they maybe fish from the lakes and rivers a lot more. And so we can easily imagine how a world like this might influence culture on a very base level over time. Let's say the people of the Mashkarian Empire worship someone called the Wheat Weaver, a goddess who every summer weaves a golden cloth that mimics the patterns of a wheat field, and before meals around a fire, your characters might plant a simple grain as a sacrifice. The wetter and hotter areas of your world might be suitable for growing something more like rice, so maybe when that religion gets transferred over to them, they instead plant a single grain of rice as a sacrifice. A Song of Ice and Fire even has a popular fan theory which is rooted in food geography of all things, and it has all to do with a lemon tree. In the books, Daenerys repeatedly references a beloved lemon tree outside her window in Braavos as some distant memory, a food she loved as a kid and has since become a symbol of her innocence, of her childhood. But we're also told multiple times in the books that lemon trees do not grow in Braavos. It's way too barren and cold.
Okay.
So people think maybe, just
Jeez.
maybe, these memories aren't quite what they seem. They aren't real, or they come from somewhere else, like Dawn, where lemons do grow. This is a pretty concrete example of how a character's relationship with food can be used to explore the physical world, to hint at a deeper story, to foreshadow plot developments, and also how foods and ingredients can become characteristically important to how we see ourselves, our past, our identity, our self-expression, a lens through which we can understand these characters more deeply, like we just talked about. And you know what? I'm sure we'll get our full answers when The Winds of Winter comes out soon. You know, I've noticed something interesting.
As
There's
a
been this
book lover
rise
through
in
and through,
stories
man.
which really want to explore their world's ecology and natural world, and they often do that through food. In Delicious in Dungeon, we see that people eat these carnivorous plants, which would literally eat them if they could. There's all different species of of these things called shadow tails, which reproduce by burying seeds under your skin, or there's the meroke, which captures smaller animals and uses those to bait larger prey. These are predatory plants, and by seeing how characters have to hunt and prepare and eat these creatures, we can kind of get an idea for the ecology of these worlds. Food is necessarily going to be reflective of their natural environment, but it's also often
Delicious in
reflective of
Dungeon is
unique struggles
so
that they've
good.
had in that environment.
300 to fix our broken urine purifier?
Yeah, the urine purifier is broken?
In The Expanse by James S. A. Corey, mushrooms become an essential part of spacefaring humanity's diet in the asteroid belt, and for good reason. They're kind of the perfect space crop. They don't need as much light or soil, and they're really good at recycling waste into something useful and edible. And I cannot hammer this home hard enough. This is the strength of sci-fi and fantasy world building. Our worlds get to be anything we want them to be, anything you can imagine. Enough with the worlds which basically look just like ours. We look out the window with a new coat of paint. You can have anything you want inside them. You get to write the rules. We don't have to operate on a 1990s Stargate filming right outside of Vancouver budget anymore. Scavenger's Reign is easily one of the most creative and amazing TV shows out there right now. Please go watch it. And it's basically
so
all
good.
about this fantastically unique alien world ecology, and you get to understand it, how it all works, through how people interact with it, how they eat it from time to time. One character survives by being fed by this strange creature, which develops kind of symbiotic, possibly parasitic relationships with other creatures around it. It feeds them this black goo and kind of brainwashes them by giving them dreams and turning them into thralls, getting other creatures to fetch food for it in turn. So much of the story is kind of about the characters trying to find their place in the food chain here. Unique environmental struggles and cultural inventions can often end up in the creation of a new food.
Scavenger's Reign
Become
is so
symbols
good,
of
man.
National identity and pride. Maple syrup, pavlova, and hummus, which I assume only one country has claim to. But one really interesting detail a lot of people don't tend to think about is that these culturally iconic foods often don't start out as symbols of pride. They begin as survival foods, often for the very poor. Maple syrup is just that. That's why a lot of iconic foods are fermented or calorie dense, made to help people endure famine and winter. Think pemmican. What are characters eating in a harsh winter as opposed to a fruitful summer? And how do your characters feel about their cultural dishes? A sense of pride, a need for it to be made a certain way, frustration when someone doesn't. Part 3, History. You can show all sorts of stuff about trade routes, migration, and conquest just by looking at what and how characters eat. Like, colonialism has left an indelible mark on almost every cuisine in the world. Ingredients and cooking methods were forced together in ways that still shape how we eat today. Filipino cuisine has indigenous flavors, Spanish.
What's crazy to me that I didn't know for a long time is I think tomatoes didn't exist in Europe until like pioneers started taking them from like the Americas to Europe. That might be totally wrong, but I think of like so many dishes in Europe, especially Italy, that incorporate tomatoes, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
After being
I
colonized,
think it's the same thing. Is it the same thing with coffee?
Spam is a hugely popular breakfast food, and that's a legacy of American occupation in World War II, when canned goods were a reliable food source. But at the same time, cultural exchange like this can often lead to conflict. Foods from other cultures will often be painted as barbaric, disgusting, or unhealthy if they don't fit the other culture's norms, or as just a way to assert their
I think
superiority.
coffee and
Different
tomatoes
ways
are
of
like
eating,
good
using your
examples of
hand or
like
chopsticks have
really
been historically stigmatized as uncivilized. Stigmatized or lost foods or cooking techniques can tell stories of oppression, of war, even genocide. Historically in Canada, the hunting of seal, elk, and caribou was banned to force indigenous peoples to rely on a settler diet, and in that, assimilate into this other culture by painting their original way of life as uncivilized. And your characters are going to live in a world where those dynamics exist. They're either going to experience that prejudice, perpetuate it, or observe it. One character might be desperately trying to keep their culture's culinary traditions alive, holding onto old recipes, or maybe they never learned how to make their culture's foods, and they feel that loss of identity. Or they might feel revulsion to another culture they consider barbaric compared to theirs. Section 4, Economy. You can use food to highlight class differences, wealth disparities, divides in your society that come with what people eat and how. In Cyberpunk 2077, fresh food is virtually reserved only for the ultra wealthy. Most people are left to eat this low quality, mass produced kind of kibble designed to meet basic nutritional needs. It's made out of kelp, plankton, soy proteins, and it's cheap, unpalatable, and a really effective way of expressing that the lower classes are no more value than dogs. Food and water has become intensely commodified. The food of the lower classes is increasingly processed to make it cheaper. In your world, though, do the rich even notice how different their food is from others? What do your poor eat compared to the middle?
Snowpiercer. Clip from Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is a really good movie.
Or rich. What is a rare treat
these
for one,
references.
but standard breakfast for another? Like these delectable stroopwafels, which I'd never had before, but I absolutely love. Not sponsored, but I wish I was. We'll just put you over there. Like typically, the richer you are, the more meat you eat. Or do different classes eat at different times because they work at different times? And keep in mind that technology or magic potentially can massively transform which foods are available to people and how cheap they are. Refrigeration and canning suddenly meant we could transport foods over long distances without deterioration. Tropical fruits, which used to be luxuries, were suddenly cheap. Subsequent overconsumption of lobster led it to become a delicacy. If you've got wizards and spells which can easily freeze food, that's going to change what people can eat, how they preserve things, and what is available to who. The wealthy might eat more hot food or be able to afford that magical berry from your world. Similarly, how people eat tells us a lot, like the purpose of food. In the Hunger Games, we see how the people of the capital gorge themselves at banquets, then drink a poison so that they can vomit it all up and eat even more. It's this wild, grotesque display of excess, and it really highlights the food disparity in this world. The capital and Panem, it is an extractive system. The people in the capital don't have to worry about food as a source of nutrition or survival. They only care about food as kind of an experience, the fun of it. It's a massive contrast to the districts where food is scarce and survival is a constant concern, and shows how people in different classes here think about themselves and others. How the people of the capital approach food speaks to their blissful apathy towards how their system is sustained. It's an ignorance and apathy which we see becomes a huge part of Candace's radicalization. And I hear you, that's ridiculous.
I have a mother that is one of the biggest Hunger Games movie fans ever. I don't think she had them on all the time. She would just always have them on in the background. Whatever channel was running the Hunger Games, she'd throw that on, whichever movie it was. I don't know if she's sat through and actually watched them, if she's actually a fan. I think she is. But she's a huge Hunger Games fan. I've never actually given them the time. I think maybe I should. They're probably good, man.
We would never let something like that happen, but let me tell you about the most expensive restaurant in the world.
Brother, you gotta get that hair off your mic.
Tries to engage all your senses in a gastronomic performance with floating plates, VR headsets, and a 22-course dinner which doesn't even resemble food. I can understand enjoying fine dining, but at some point I think it becomes a con. But as funny as it is, there is actually something more interesting at play here. The wealthy look for ways to distinguish themselves from everyone else, and food is one way they do that. They turn it into performance art, and because if only the wealthy can afford to eat a certain dish, it reinforces that hierarchy and marks them apart as better above. You can signal your status to others in society by what you...
It's crazy to me because it's like, they know that it's all symbolic. They know that steak is not worth that much. It doesn't matter how much gold they put on it. It is food. You are eating it. It is not worth a car payment. It's crazy to me. Maybe that's just my brokenness talking, but I couldn't imagine.
You can eat and experience and provide when people come to your house, which is why when poor people can suddenly afford certain types of experiences and food, they're suddenly less interested in it. And like one way that they make this distinction is with manners.
What a superbly featured room, and what excellent boiled potatoes. Many years since I've had such an exemplary vegetable.
Dining etiquette. Eating can become this elaborate ritual with each utensil and gesture and course planned to reflect a kind of tradition, a practice. By making it a skill you essentially have to learn, you make it harder for outsiders, especially from other classes or cultures, to join. And you can use this as tension in your scenes. We've all seen those scenes where the poor character can't figure out which fork to use for the life of them. I do want to note that it's not that middle or lower classes have no manners, it's just that they typically have different manners, a different eating culture. Like street food is a massively important part in much of the world. It's just not a culture that's built to keep people out. Beyond that, you can use food to say a hell of a lot about my favorite thing, trade routes. In A Song of Ice and Fire, delicacies like Dornish wines or citrus fruits like oranges and lemons are repeatedly singled out as these expensive luxuries which only the wealthiest and powerful can afford, but it also shows us trade connections to Dorne, all the way at the other end of the world. If we go back to our map, imagine if a character managed to purchase a tropical fruit called a pollywop all the way up in the snowy poles. Just through this simple exchange, we have to imagine there's some kind of connecting trade route stretching all the way around to something like the sunny shores of the Mishkarian Empire. But come here, all right, come here. There's a big part of this discussion we're missing, right? Magical food. It is everywhere in fantasy and sci-fi, and yet it almost never seems to fundamentally change these worlds when it would. It would have to. Like, think about it, all right? If you could create food which gives people specific boons, you know, +2 to stamina, +10 to strength, eat this creme fraiche and you can see the future, that wouldn't just be a cool plot point. It would change the world. Think about it. Food would no longer just be about like survival, necessity, enjoyment. It would be about power. If there's a berry that lets warriors fight for hours without tiring, whole nations would set up these guarded plantations just to maintain their supply. It would be a security necessity, or like a rare root that slows down aging would instantly become this immensely expensive, high in demand thing which maybe creates a divide between the rich eternally young and the aging lower classes. Or what about a porridge which is incredibly bland, but if you eat it, you can fly for a day? I mean, who wouldn't? What people eat, like these wonderful Delmain stroopwafels, not sponsored, but I wish I was, would become just as much, if not more, about the magical boons you could get than it is about taste or enjoyment or nutrition.
I hope this guy gets
Work
a
smarter, not harder,
stroopwafel
eat smarter,
sponsor.
not
He
healthier.
deserves it.
The economic incentives in a world like this would just be entirely different, and if humanity is anything, we are min-maxes. I'm sick of seeing worlds which clearly have magical foods, but like they aren't integral to every kind of industry and politics which would necessarily want to take advantage of them. No need to learn when you can just magically make yourself smarter whenever you eat a Twinkie. People would be eating those terrible Jell-O salads if it meant that they could conjure the ghost of childhood memories. Powerful, desirable, and tied to both pleasure and conflict. Like, whole industries would form around growing, trading, and controlling these magical foods. Governments would be trying to regulate or monopolize these foods to ensure there's no unchecked use of their power, and that's to say nothing of the class divides it would create if some were available to one class and not another, or the magical detrimental effects which only one class has to suffer through. And like the real world version of all of this is, let's be honest, drugs and alcohol trigger you to demonetization. Buy my books. We fight wars over them, use them to relax and celebrate. They help us fall in love, but they also bring huge social issues and burdens. Got the munchies because drugs and alcohol are inescapably caught up in how we eat and why. And I hear you, how can you talk about magical food without mentioning Dune? Well, in Dune, melange is the most valuable substance in the universe. Full stop.
He cannot help himself. He has to bring up Dune. I feel like in every single one of these videos.
Extends lifespans, it grants near magical powers like the ability to see the future, and it's also kind of, well, this is going to sound a bit on the nose, but it's a spice. We're told it tastes like cinnamon, literally. It's used in everything: food, drink, even inhalable gas, and whoever controls it basically controls the galaxy. The Spacing Guild, which controls space travel, is completely dependent on the spice supply. It's consumed in religious ceremonies, its role in extraction reflects the colonial past of Dune, and how it's used says so much about the cultures of those in the story. For the Fremen, it's this religious food which is part of everyday life, and just by characters consuming, buying, thinking about the spice, we get to understand so much about this world. Both drugs and alcohol have helped people survive throughout history by dulling hunger. Plus, alcohol was a key source of calories and nutrients back in the day when water wasn't clean. And let's not forget, a lot of drugs have, and some still are, being used as medicine, especially if they're magical, antiseptics, pain relievers, even anesthetics. Think about how substances like drugs or alcohol might play a pivotal role in your world, as nutrition, as survival, as religious items, as symbols. But of course, if substances are rare or restricted, then they can become more valuable. Black markets. Just look at American Prohibition in the 1920s. Banning alcohol just made it more valuable, gave power to organized crime, and infamous figures like Al Capone exploded onto the scene. Corruption spread through law enforcement, politicians, and judges, and created this complex web of power, wealth, and crime that reshaped American society and the economy. How your drugs are ingested, normalized, or the tension around them can show a lot about how a culture thinks and values. A black market, though, is gonna be a fundamental part of any economy, whether we like it or not. Black markets are outlets for desires which the legal framework aren't meeting. Part 5. Power. Food is essential, and that means it's always been a tool of control. For most of history, and pretty much today, the ruling class has controlled food production. So who owns the fields, the factories can tell us a lot about who is in power in your world. But food has also long been a form of soft power, a way to spread your culture and influence without explicit force, and a great world-building tidbit. Like the opening scenes of Blade Runner, the quintessential cyberpunk world is designed to show us how dominant Asian culture is through Deckard eating their food, especially Japanese. Asian food has become the norm in LA as the Japanese economy became globally dominant in this timeline, reflecting fears of this takeover that were very real at the time. You could show the entire
crazy.
geopolitical balance of your world just through cuisine, through the advertising and cooking methods and what food is available and what's the go-to takeout. What cooking utensils do people use? Sometimes governments will even launch soft power initiatives to increase their influence. And I've got a harsh truth for you. As much as we have lofty ideas about how revolutions start, a lot of the time it's a lot more to do with food than you might think. People are starving and it's time to throw hands. You know that phrase, let them eat cake, which Marie Antoinette probably never said?
I'm going to kill you, and all the cake is gone.
But it stuck around because it does get to the heart of something true, that the elite class was very disconnected from the struggles of the everyday poor, that they were starving. The revolution was preempted by France's Flour War in 1775, where grain shortages were causing bread prices to dramatically rise, and there were riots all across France, all of which foreshadowed the French Revolution itself. Like, if you want a realistic revolution, don't show people complaining about the philosophical problems with monarchy. Show them frustrated with the price of bread. And connected to this idea is the old line that an army marches on its stomach. In the Stormlight Archives, Brandon Sanderson has this really unique magic system which allows for food to be created out of nothing, basically, allowing them to sustain armies for much longer over weird distances in strange places. Logistics matter less. They don't need to be connected to where the food was originally coming from. In A Song of Ice and Fire, though, we learn about how the Tyrells taunt Stannis Baratheon during the Siege of Storm's End by feasting outside the walls, all trying to pressure him to surrender. Power doesn't just flow from the barrel of a gun here, but from the breadbasket. And we learn how Stannis had to resort to eating leather and rats, desperation expressed through food. So take a look at the wars and rebellions and revolutions in your world and look at them through the lens of food. How has food started these things and how has it ended them? But let's take all of these ideas, culture and history and power, and let's imagine a world around them. Imagine the people of the Mishkarian Empire set their eyes on the Momo Republic. They need that land for their national security, and so the Empire starts cutting down the Republic's forest to grow their sacred wheat. They destroy the Momo Republic's livestock and dairy production in the process. Maybe they relocate their people to the harsh northern poles where the livestock have no more food to eat and they're no longer a viable food source. So as the Empire gains control, we can imagine the Momo Republic losing access to their native practices and foods, their traditional ways of life, and eating snuffed out. The Empire's food becomes the only source of survival they have, a new norm, but we also can see how small pockets of the Republic might try to pass down old recipes of dairy and cheese as a kind of show of resistance. Or look at this little strip of land connecting the continents. A free city-state might directly control shipping routes to the far edges of both continents by building a canal. This could mean a huge influx of wealth as they tax the goods traveling through, but it would also make them a target. And the Mishkarian Empire might seize their chance to take it and kind of control foods flowing into the Momo Republic. Now imagine a rare fungus, we can call it frost moss, and it's only found at this northern tip of the Momo Republic. It makes you feel warm and
Crazy
peaceful,
world
perfect for
building.
surviving
He's
brutal
full of
winters, but
ideas,
it's also
man.
really addictive and debilitating. And so wealthy buyers, they take over the polar land and cartels move it through the black market, and the Mishkarians smuggle this frost moss into Momo communities to weaken them. Addiction spirals out of control as frost moss ends up in fueling this vicious cycle where the rich get richer and everyone else pays the price.
But I want to ask you another question. Do you have gods in your world? Are they powerful? Do they interfere? Do they want to? Should they? Is it disastrous when they do? The God Dilemma is all about these entities of vast and unimaginable power who show up all the time in fantasy, and the choices they make often have a huge impact on this world and story you're creating. You need to have an answer as to why these gods would or wouldn't interfere with your world below and what that does to them personally. In fact, I love this topic so much. I think it's such a fantastic and interesting avenue for world building.
I was wondering why the microphone changed.
And you can watch it, by the way, right now at the QR code on screen and link below.
He was
I also
transitioning
talk
to
through
an
kind of
ad.
the writing of this kind of story, the tropes we love, Because I know if you're here and you love world building, you
back.
also probably love writing like I do, which is why there's a whole other video right now on how to write curses and why fantasy is obsessed with them, all at my very non-cursed link and QR code, because these videos, by the way, are only possible because of Nebula with their help. And by their, I mean my, because I am a part of it. Nebula means that I don't have to worry about demonetization on my videos, like whether the Geneva Convention applies to orcs, and yes, that is a video I'm making, or the abusive copyright strike I just got for a video, which is absolutely fair use and it is infuriating and I will fight it.
We wanted to bring together some of the best storytellers to give them the
Nebula
freedom
is a
to
good
create
resource.
on their
This
own
is good.
terms, where you can watch it, by the way, without any interruptions, no ads. I hate ads. I hate that I have a streaming service and I can still see them. It is infuriating. I could scream. And it's pretty cheap. Like, it astounds me how cheap we keep it. And if you use my very non-cursed QR code, you can also get 40% off, just a few bucks a month. That's $36 a year, the price of a single coffee a month. But do not take my word for it. You'll know what you want to watch better than me. So go find what you want to watch at my link down below. If you love storytelling, world building, fictional forms, Nebula is where you want to be. Join us today.
I
Let's
genuinely
summarize all
think that
this.
I might get a
One, food allows you to
Nebula
naturally
subscription.
explore culture, politics, trade,
Nebula
and power
just seems
dynamics
like
in an
it's good
engaging
food
way.
for the brain.
Two, what people eat, how they eat it, who they share it with can reflect a society's values, identity, and social structures, as well as individual self-expression. 3. A society's food can reflect its environment, with regional ingredients and cooking methods adapting to available resources. 4. You can trace the history of a culture through the ingredients they import and export, showing influences from conquests and trade routes. 5. Magical food will completely change an economy to revolve around the power that food can offer. 6. Throughout history, food has been used to subjugate populations, whether in warfare or as a luxury to reinforce class divides. 7. Humans have always been drawn to drugs and alcohol, but they also contribute to war and social ills in society. So next time you sit down with a story, take a moment to think about what might be on your character's plate, and maybe let that tell the story. Stay nerdy, and I'll see you in the future.
It's good content, man. I freaking love these videos. I love sitting through a Hello Future Me video. This one was released 5 days ago. It feels like it's timeless. It's such a good video. Man, I like to think about this story that's just in my head that I've always been rolling around, that I want to write, that I want to share, that I want to make. And there's so many, when somebody like this talks about all these different elements that you can consider with making a new story, it becomes almost overwhelming, because you're like, oh, I didn't even think about how food could incorporate into my ideas for a story. How could I sort of workshop that in there? There's so much creativity that lays before you that it becomes paralyzing, because you're like, where do I start? How do I begin? How do I incorporate this awesome new element that I'm just being reminded of, called food? It's interesting, and I think that it's very fun. Let's see. I don't think that there was anything else on my list. We could hop into playing more demos. Hop into playing more Vig games. Let me see. Let me pull up. I was thinking of maybe playing a Deadlock game. But I don't know, man. It's kind of late. I kind of have no viewers right now. I'll probably just call it. I'll probably just call the stream, because it's midnight. I'm on a normal adult-ass schedule. I could have started stream earlier, but I was sort of like, piddling around. It's midnight. It's bedtime. Time to end the stream. This has been a fun one. This was a pretty quick and dirty. We play a couple games, and we watch a video about world building, which I really enjoyed. We played Starbirds and we played Dead as Disco, both of which I enjoyed. I thought that they were great. And I think that it's a good day when we play a demo. I don't totally suck at the game. Thank goodness it wasn't any platformers. And they are overall enjoyable experiences. More enjoyable than I would have expected. I wouldn't say that Dead as Disco or Starbirds are really games that I would play myself. But I see the appeal of them, and I understand them. And I do hope that they succeed because they are good games. They are put together. And I will always be a supporter of indie games, small games, and stuff like that. And games that are a bit off the beaten path. That's just the way that I am. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and end the stream there. It's late. I'm hot. I'm going to turn on the freaking AC, and I'm going to try and go to bed. Lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful good evening, good day, good tomorrow, good next day, good whatever time of day it is for you. If you're watching this VOD at some point in the future, God bless you. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that the future is looking bright. I hope that the future is a happier place to live in than the present. Yeah, good note to end on. God bless you. I'll see you.